Adam, can you briefly introduce yourself in front of the camera?
G'day, my name's Adam Campton. I'm originally from Sydney. I'm now living in Hong Kong. I've nearly been here for 2 years and I'm loving my time here in Hong Kong at the moment.
So tell me, what brings you to Hong Kong? Because actually I know that you have some racing background and I'm sure that lots of people at the races can see you often.
Yeah, so I got offered an opportunity to come over to Hong Kong around 2 years ago now. I was originally a bookmaker in Sydney and I was lucky enough, to get the opportunity to come here and I work with the young members and young owners. I'm really enjoying my time here. It's been it's very different. It's a lot different to living in Sydney, but I really enjoyed it. Enjoying the lifestyle and really enjoying the racing. And I really enjoy my job as well. It's good working with a great team.
So you know that you have a goal that you want to work in Hong Kong. So is it some reasons about your father? Because I'm not sure, not too many people know that your father, Neil Campton, actually was a jockey in Hong Kong. I checked the information, he was riding in Hong Kong from 1982 to 1984,
Yep.
Is it?
That is correct. Dad spoke a lot about Hong Kong when I was a younger child. He always loved the racing over here and he said it did make him probably as a jockey. He came over here, he said he didn't know what he expected when he first came over here, but he loved everything about Hong Kong. He met my mum.
Here?
No, not here. He met her in Sydney, but she moved over here and they sort of wanted to move back to Australia. So that was one of the reasons why Dad only spent 2 seasons here, but he loved his time here. He said it taught him a lot, and I think ever since I was a little boy, I wasn't that into racing when I was much younger. But as I got older, the bug hit me and all I wanted to do was be involved in racing.
It seems that everyone, just like lots of jockeys or the people who related to racing, they have background about it, and then just like then it's all because of the parents, of the friends, of that, then get information from them, and then just like try to build on the career in racing.
That's exactly right. Racing's it's a funny sport. If you're brought up in racing, it's very hard to do something else in life. You're pretty much just doing something racing. I was, as I said, I didn't really like racing when I was younger. My dad became a trainer, and you know, trainers they spend a lot of time at the stable, so you don't see much of your dad. And I thought, when I grow up, I didn't really want to be that. But then when I hit about 15, the bug hit me. I loved everything about racing. I was very lucky. My grandfather was a jockey as well. He was a horse trainer. My stepbrother was a jockey. My uncle was a trainer and a jockey as well. So everyone in racing, I probably enjoyed my food a little bit too much. But if I could have my time back again, I would probably love to have been a jockey. I look back on it now, but hopefully maybe later on in my life I might become a trainer or something like that.
Yes, that's why it's the question that I would like to ask, because there's a lot of jockeys in your family, and just like compare with them, there's a lot of options in racing. So why you just like would like to be a jockey's booker?
Yeah, I was a jockey's manager when I was younger. I had 4 jockeys on my book, so it taught me a lot about racing. I have some great mates who are jockeys now these days. They've been great to my partner and I since I've moved to Hong Kong, and I'm very grateful to have their friendship in Hong Kong. As I said, they've been very good to us, and being a jockey's manager was hard because you're friends with them, but you also got to be a boss at the same time. But yeah, it did teach me a lot. It helped me a lot with my form and racing and all that kind of stuff with the behind the scenes, and it also taught me, I didn't really see my dad ride much as a kid because I was only young, but it taught me how much jockeys have to work very hard to become at the top of their game.
Actually, I noticed there would be some arguments between the manager and the jockeys, because maybe the jockeys would like to ride another horse and they just like would push the manager to try to get the horse, or they're not happy the horses that the manager booked for him.
Yeah, that's exactly right. It's at the end of the day, it probably comes down to the jockey because they're the ones paying the bills, and they're the ones who are going to waste as well. But it's a team effort. You've got to do a lot of form and try and find the right horses. Got to build a good rapport with a lot of trainers, and it is hard because a lot of jockeys at the time they struggle with their weight, so there's going to be a lot of rides that they can't ride. But lucky for the lighter jockeys, it's good to be able to manage one of them because they can ride whatever they want.
So that means that you will act like a middleman between the trainers and the jockeys. So actually it's never an easy job to be a middleman, because you will receive comments from the trainers, owners, and also receive comments from the jockeys. So how can you balance these three elements?
It's a good question. It's
of course, you need to have a good jockey. That
yeah,
would
exactly.
be easier.
If you've got a jockey like Zach Burton, it's pretty easy. He can pick and choose because he's the king at the moment. But you do, I remember a lot of times in Australia, you do cop a fair bit of slack from the trainers for not doing your job correctly. But it's not that. It is hard because you are the middleman and you're trying to keep two parties happy. So, but at the end of the day, if you work hard and you build rapport and the jockeys are riding winners, it makes things a lot easier.
So we are facing the problem is, I think we're facing a problem everywhere about horse racing is the aging problem. So you are now working for the young members, young owners. Actually, it's quite a good platform for the young people, younger generations to get to know more about horse racing, and you are playing a very important role to teach them or to guide them what racing is. So can you tell us some experience about it?
You're spot on there. It's I find a lot in Australia, a lot of young people just go to the races to have fun and party.
Get drunk.
Yeah, get drunk pretty much. It's what they do. And over here, it's a bit harder. A lot of younger people are either studying overseas, so they only come back here for a short time and they only spend a short time at the races. My job is to try and make it fun, try and make racing easy, explain to them what you can do at the races, how fun it can be. You can bring your friends, you can bring your family, you can spend a lot of time together. And I think Hong Kong racing do it very, very well. It's a lot cheaper over here to come to the races, and you can own a horse. You can go to Happy Valley and stand in the beer garden, which is, I personally believe, Happy Valley is possibly the best track in the world. It's a unique track, it's fun, you can have the beer garden, or you can also sit in the members as well. So it's two different sides. But yeah, my job is to try and promote the game and make it fun for the younger generation, and try and promote them to get to Hong Kong racing as much as possible.
I know that the Jockey Club actually doing a lot of activities for the young owners and young members, and they have some prelude party for some big occasions for the younger generation. So you're the host for them. So can you name some special occasions that you in charge?
Yeah, we do a lot. We do from barrier trials, which we take a group of people to barrier trials in the mornings, take them to the stables. We do prelude parties where we get some of the jockeys and trainers to come along, interview them, which I think it's a big tick. They love meeting the jockeys, meeting the trainers.
Taking a selfie with them.
Yeah, exactly right. And especially, we had a recent one with the Derby where we had Zach Burton and Frankie Law, Martin Harley, and they really loved it. Frankie he's becoming bigger and bigger and bigger over here. So the younger generation seeing what Frankie's done in Hong Kong, it shows them that if they set their mind to anything and they work hard, they can be a trainer, and they can be a very, very good trainer, and that is what Frankie's becoming.
So it seems that we always see you at the pedal and then at the winning coaster, and you're just like holding your phones and then just take all the videos. You're really, really active on the social media, Instagram and Twitter. So is it part of your role as well?
Yeah, it is. When I first come over here, I wasn't very big on Instagram, Twitter, or Facebook. I used to post little bits, but when I came over here, my boss, he's big into social media, and social media plays a massive part in life as we know at the moment. I think it's great. Like, I get a lot of people from all over the world messaging me saying, "Oh, look at these jockeys and trainers," and I think it promotes Hong Kong racing and shows them how special and unique Hong Kong racing is. I do like getting down to the paddock because I love being down there amongst the horses. I love seeing the horses, and I also love seeing the thrill of people winning, the trainers, the owners, the jockeys, and I think it's good. It's good being around people when they're happy, and yeah, I love capturing that moment.
Yeah, because every time just after races, and I saw lots of jockeys just retweet your posts, and just like when they win, or just like you get the most exciting moment when they're crossing the finishing line. Actually, it's something that really make impression to all the people, not only in racing, but they just like can enjoy the fun.
Yeah, it's exactly right. Like it's the jockeys, they work very hard, so when they win that races, they deserve to be very happy and excited, and it is good. It's great capturing that moment. I enjoy it. It might not be a big thing, but to them it means a lot. It means that people are showing interest in them, and it's all the jockeys in Hong Kong. It doesn't matter who it is. It's great seeing each and every one of them ride a winner, and it means a lot to them.
Actually, you're very friends with a lot of jockeys, just like Chad, and also Seth Burton, Sam Clipperton, and Tommy Barry when he was in Hong Kong. So that means you're the jockey's favorite. So how can you steal their heart?
No, I don't think I'm the jockey's favourite. I was very lucky. As I said, yeah, Dad was a trainer and a jockey, so Corey Brown was an apprentice to my dad.
Wow. Corey
introduced me to a lot of jockeys, and I was always, if I wasn't with my schoolmates, I'd be at the races with jockeys, and a lot of them I'm sort of around their age. Some are older, some are younger, but I think I can kind of relate with jockeys, and I know what they go through, and it is tough. They do it very tough, and just try and be a mate to them when they're going through the hard times and the good times.
Yeah, so one of our good friends, just like Ty England, when he just had the accident in Hong Kong, then said, and you are the one who should just go to the hospital to look after him. And I'm glad that now the racing circle, actually we are working like a family. So in Australia, there's a lot of sales companies doing a lot of charity donations to Ty's family. And so actually it's quite a big impact for all of us, just like everyone close to him.
Yeah, that was probably one of the toughest times of my life, seeing a champion jockey, but he's not just a champion jockey, he's a great guy. He's a great dad. He's got a beautiful family, and what he went through, no one deserves to go through that, and he's still doing it very tough, but he's a tough man, and if there's one man that can get through it, it's him. Racing it can be a fickle sport at times, but in times of need, they can be a great family, and it's shown that with what they've done with Ty, and what they've also done with a lot of other jockeys. And it wasn't just Zach and I who helped out Ty, there's been a lot of other people as well along the way, and it just goes to show that Ty is a great person because a lot of people respect him, and he's a beautiful man, and hopefully we can all keep working together and look after him and his family.
Once you have said that you want to be a jockey, right? But how do you see yourself in 5 years? Still in Hong Kong?
Yeah, hopefully still in Hong Kong. I don't know, I set myself a goal each year. I try not to look too far beyond each year because you never know what's around the corner, but I'm in loving my time in Hong Kong. It's taught me a lot. It's been a great learning curve for myself, but there is a itch in me that wants to become a trainer one day, and I've always, probably the last 5 to 10 years, I've wanted to become a trainer, more and more every year as I get older, and I think maybe one day soon it could be the right time to either move back home and become a trainer. If not, I'll keep working my way up at the Jockey Club and trying to improve racing as much as I can.
Thank you, Adam, and hopefully I will see you in the trainers rank in Australia or maybe someday in Hong Kong soon.
Hopefully one day. Thank you very much.
Thanks.